Hello everyone, and welcome back to my next video. I want to give you guys a bit of a look at a new product I've been using now for the last couple of months. I've always wanted to give it a try and never have, and then recently when my Gordians started breeding, I sort of thought, why not give it a try? The product is a product by PASSWELL. And as you know, I really love the PASSWELL brand. I use a lot of their products. And this is called the Good Oil, and it has omega-3 and 6 blend for birds. So what essentially it is an oil, and you mix it into the bird's seed. And then the birds, of course, consume the seed and get the goodness that this product gives them. So I'm going to give you a bit of a look at the description of the product. And I'm going to just try and read it out for you because it might be easier than seeing it on the screen if I can't get close enough without it being blurry. Seed mixes do not provide the essential fatty acids that breeding birds require. Eggs contain over 25% unsaturated fat composed of oleic, omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. The Good Oil contains all essential fatty acids, vitamins A, D3 and E to improve the health of birds and eggs. Mix 15 mils of the Good Oil per 1 kilo of seed. Let mix stand for 4 hours at room temperature before feeding. Now there's a list of what it contains at the bottom there, so my dog's going to start barking. And yeah, I found it to be a really good product. The birds actually seem to, funnily enough, they seem to prefer the seed that has been treated with this oil. So I can't be as 100% sure of that, but it does seem to be consumed more quickly than the bowl that I currently have that isn't containing this product. As I have 2 seed bowls going at the moment. When my birds are breeding, I always provide 2 seed bowls. Yeah, so I have one treated, one untreated, just to see if they preferred one or the other, and they do seem to prefer this seed. So this product in the seed. So yeah, it's something that I think I'm going to use during my breeding seasons from now on. Not just with my finches, but probably with all my birds, and just yeah, sort of see how it goes. Now I've just got a little thing there, 3 times D. So what I used, I have 3 large. I've got a larger size D cup feeder or C feeder, whatever. A lot of people call them different things. And I know 3 of those equals 500 grams. And this is 15 mils per kilo, so all I do is half that, and I put in 7.5 mils per 500 grams. So it's essentially exactly the same thing. I just don't need to do a kilo at a time, as I don't have that many birds, and look, maybe in the future I may do that when I have some in my holding cages, quarantine cages. But at the moment, yeah, I'm essentially just doing one bowl of seed, and one of my bowls of seed, funnily enough, is 500 grams. So all I'm going to be using is one of these cheap buckets here. Now this is supposedly a food safe product, it's BPA free, etc. And I'm going to be putting some seed in there and mixing it with the oil. So let's move on to that part of the video. Okay, so here I am at my seed container. Now if you remember, I said 3 of these large D cups gives me half a litre, or what I'm going to be using for half a litre. That's 1, 2, 3. So sorry, half a litre, half a kilogram. Yeah, kilograms, litres, you know what I mean. So yeah, it's as simple as that. So I come out and gather 500 grams of seed, and now we're going to put the oil in. Okay, so I've got my 3 large D cups of my seed here, so I know I've got half a kilo of seed. Got it in my special bucket here, and I'll just show you again what I'm going to be doing. So It's got here 15 mils per 1 kilo of seed. So I'm just going to half that. So I'm going to do essentially 7.5 mils of oil now, and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, so fortunately for me, this little medicine measurer has a 7.5 mil mark in it. But basically, yeah, that's all I do. I've got a 7.5 mil amount of the good oil in here, and I'm just going to, this is quite hard to do looking through the phone, I'm just going to drizzle, just nicely all over the seed, like so. Okay, so once that's in there, I just get a plastic chopstick, which I use specifically for this this occasion each time, and I just basically mix that up. So basically, just trying to get that oil to spread around a little bit. You know, I give it a very, very good stir. I give it a bit of a shake up, shake around. Keep giving it a good stir up. Excuse my finger getting in the way there. Now, as I said previously, it does say to leave the good oil resting for 4 hours at room temperature before feeding. Now, I'm actually going to leave this one here overnight, and I'm going to be feeding it to them in the morning. So it's going to have well and truly 4 hours. It's about another 12 hours away. And as I said, I did contact the manufacturer, and they said, look, that it's safe to give this seed to them until it's consumed, so there's no sort of expiry. Although I do prefer to give it to them straight away, but for the purposes of this making this video, I have made it a bit earlier because it's the only time I've got any free time at the moment. So yeah, just keep on giving it a really good stir. Now you can probably, maybe you want to just put it straight into the seed bowl. Maybe you want to use a spoon for stirring it. Maybe you want to be a bit more pedantic and put half of it in and half the oil, then half the rest of it, and then more of half the oil. I don't really find it's too much of an issue. It seems to get a good enough coverage this way. I may change the way I do it in the future, but pretty happy with the way it is now. Okay. Now the cool part. Now, one of my Finch seed bowls holds exactly, funnily enough, 500 grams of seed. So I can pour this all in. Sorry for the poor camera work, but I'm trying to look through the camera into the seed, seed bowl, and it's quite tricky. And make sure you get all that sort of nice seed that's really stuck to the sides. That's nice and soaked in oil. And there you have it. So I just sort of give that a shake down. And there's a bowl of my good oil treated seed. So as you can see, it's very easy. Really doesn't take long at all. Now, like I said, you let this sit for 4 hours before feeding, just to let the oil soak in. On this occasion it's going to be a bit longer. I don't think it matters too much, but it probably is the best idea to put it in straight after the 4 hours. I could put it in this afternoon, but I'm going to let them finish off some of the seed they do have in there, and put it in tomorrow. And as I said, they really do seem to prefer, I don't know if it's just a fluke chance, but it does seem like they are preferring the seed that has been treated with the good oil. I definitely have no, visual evidence of this. I just see that this seed bowl seems to be consumed quicker, almost at twice the rate of the other bowl. But I'm not sure whether it's just happenstance or what it is. But yeah, you'll sort of notice as well the seed is sort of nice and it's almost fluffy in a way. It actually sits quite differently, and it's a little bit, I don't really know how to explain it. It's sort of a little bit bulgy. So the seed obviously maybe expands a little bit with the oil in it, makes it a bit fluffy. But yeah, I love these little seed bowls that I use. They hold exactly, 500 grams of seed anyway. But yeah, it's just a good size for finches and your quails, etc. If I have parrots, I usually use a larger bowl. Maybe smaller parrots, something like this is fine. But I do prefer to give larger parrots a bit of a larger bowl to eat out of. And I currently, of course, have 2 bowls in at the moment because I'm breeding them. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope that's helped you. It's a product I've just started using, and I think I'm going to keep using it. I think it's really great. My birds seem in great condition. I wouldn't particularly say that they're in better condition than they were before, but I think anything that helps them is a good thing. And I may continue using this sort of only really during breeding seasons, molting season, and sort of pre-breeding. And I may sort of stop using it during the course of the year, as I just will continue to give my liquid supplements. But yeah, this has been a good addition to my feeding regime. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in a video soon. Bye for now.